What is up, good people? My name is Tanner. I am the founder of DripJobs, and the aim of this video is to give you a comprehensive look at what DripJobs is, how it works, and why it's important for you as a residential business owner, really to have a system like this, helping you identify opportunity in your pipeline, understanding your lead flow, and more importantly, managing your jobs. So here's a little bit about me. I'll kind of give you a little bit of a backstory before we dive in. I started my painting business 8 years ago. One of the things that I was a little frustrated with coming from a sales background was the lack of resources out there to help me sell the job. Now, I know there's a lot of apps out there. There's a lot of tools out there that help you manage the project. Now that's, the invoicing portion, the scheduling portion, that sort of thing. But there wasn't really an app out there designed to help streamline the sales process. And if you're a business owner in the residential home improvement space, or you're someone that's looking to get into the residential home improvement space, there's no better option than DripJobs. And my aim for this video is to really show you why. So first thing is, what is a CRM? This is a big question for a lot of people that aren't really in the business yet. Maybe you heard the term, maybe you worked for a company that had something similar. So let's boil it down to the basics. A CRM is a customer relationship management system. Really, the purpose of a CRM is to store contact data. That's really about it. But a lot of businesses like DripJobs have obviously identified that there's so much more that you can do with the CRM aside from just storing and accessing contact data. You can really manage the relationship that you have with your customers with a powerful tool like DripJobs. Now, with that said, as home improvement professionals, there's one thing unique about all of us, okay? And that is the fact that our customers go through the same journey each and every time. Now, this stood out to me early on in my painting business because I thought to myself, at the end of the day, if my customers are going through the same stages each and every time, I need a way to identify this, because what the tools that I was using, like Joist or some of the other ones out there early on in my business, they showcased everything to me in a linear fashion, which made it very difficult for me to identify who I needed to talk to and obviously when I needed to talk to them, which is a crucial component in sales. There's been many times in my business where I was a week and a half out, or I had a couple jobs left on the schedule, and reaching out to specific customers at specific times to offer a deal or offer an incentive or really just to connect with them has made all the difference in those tough times. So I've been there. I know what that feels like, and that's why I created DripJobs. So I want to get into it. We're going to dive into a lot of different things here today in this video. Really just number one, to give you some awareness about what this tool can do. And number two, the goal would be for you to identify, hey, does this offer more than what I'm currently using? And if the answer to that question is yes, we'd love to have you a part of the DripJobs family. We are a very innovative company. We believe in the fact that our ability to innovate directly affects your ability to scale. So you'll find that with DripJobs, you get a lot of innovation, you get a lot of great tools. We do not just serve painting contractors. We have painting contractor specific features, but our best clients, our best companies that we serve for DripJobs are going to be companies that take their customer through what we call a long sales cycle. So these are your roofing contractors, painting contractors, flooring contractors, granite contractors. In some cases, we'll work with tree companies, landscapers. Really, if you get a lead, have to set an appointment, go visit a project, and then schedule a project to be done, this is the perfect app for you. So let's get into it. I'm going to start off with kind of showcasing to you a couple hot points about what the layout is and why it was built that way. One of the first things I'm going to identify here is the fact that we are in the sales pipeline, and the first stage that you see when you sign into your DripJobs account is going to be the cold lead stage. The cold lead stage represents leads that come in from various angles. Now, this could be Facebook, this could be Google, this could be Angie Leads, it could be Thumbtack. It doesn't matter. If you spend money on marketing and generate leads through paid marketing, this is where those leads will live. Now, the cold lead section is the first stage in the pipeline, and that's what kicks off the customer journey. Next, we have warm leads. Now, me being in business for 8 years, I've come across a lot of what I call warm leads, which means they're not quite ready for an estimate yet. Now, even though we have their information, there's something prohibiting them from moving forward into the next stage of the pipeline. That could be maybe they don't own the house yet, or there's a life event that got in the way, or whatever the case is. The goal of the warm lead section is to curate a list of leads for you that eventually will convert to sales. Now, we don't know when that'll happen, but we have a great place for them to live, and that'll be in the warm lead section. Another major component of contracting are people that request estimates from you. We're going to cover that in a little bit more detail in this video, but these are your estimate requested leads. These are the customers that come in through our booking form that's built in the DripJobs. These are the customers that go to your website. They fill out the form. These are your customers that are in cold leads and agree to book an appointment, and they are in the estimate requested lead stage. Then we have customers that are scheduled for an estimate. Now, of course, after someone requests an estimate, we're going to show you the booking queue, and we're going to let them book an estimate, and they will move to the estimate scheduled stage. Next, we have in draft. These are our customers that we're working on their proposal. I can't tell you how many times I've had customers really just wonder where their proposal is, and that was because we needed a little more time to build it. One of the most powerful components of the software that you're looking at right now is the automated communication that's going to happen based on these stages. So I'm excited to show you a little bit about that. Then we have proposal sent here. This is the money stage. This is where all of your customers are going to live who you sent proposals to. At the time of you watching this, how many customers do you think you've sent proposals to in the last 60 to 90 days? Now, chances are you don't know. And chances are also at this moment right now, those customers are not being communicated with. Guys, we sell jobs that are anywhere between $3,000 to $40,000. It's worth a few follow-ups. And sometimes people need time to make a decision. One of the best features of DripJobs is the automated follow-ups to people that you've sent proposals to. It's already built into the system. And then last, we have proposal rejected. This is a stage for you to be able to easily identify customers that you have sent proposals to, but for whatever reason, they rejected the proposal. So what you're looking at is your sales pipeline. This is where all of your customers are going to live. It looks barren right now, but we're going to fill it up. And the first thing that I want to do is I want to bring your attention to the booking form. Now, when I go to my settings here, we're going to head down to the booking form. It's where a lot of our customers are going to start. The booking form is essentially the golden ticket for you to never have to type in customer information again. I love this feature. So let's check out the booking form. What I'm going to do is kind of just bring your attention up here. You get a custom booking link. Now, for those of you that like when a customer goes on your website, perfect. Just put a button on your website with this link and it'll bring them to the booking form. So let's check out the booking form. I'm going to open this up and this is exactly what your customer is going to see. So first question for you, when a customer calls you and maybe you're driving in the car or maybe you're at your kid's soccer game or maybe you're doing something with the family and a customer calls you and they want an estimate, and tell me what happens. I'm going to just guess it's one of three things. The first thing that happens is you probably tell them to hold on and you grab a pen and a paper, right? And you write down that information, the first name, the last name, the email, the phone number, the address, when they want you to come out, and any details relating to that appointment. If we're lucky. Now, if you're driving, you might only grab the address and a first name, right? Now, what happens in that regard is that at that point, you then have to type it into your software, whatever you're using, when you build them an estimate or you do another action, right? So that's a lot of repetitive work. Now, option number two is you tell your customer, hey, do me a favor. Will you please call me or will you please text me your information, right? Just say, will you please text me your information? Now, there's nothing really wrong with that, but there's two problems. Problem number one is the customer isn't trained on the information that you need, right? So when they do text you, maybe they forget the email or maybe they forget the phone number or whatever the case is, you know, maybe they forget the details of the project, right? So they're not trained on that. And number two, that doesn't create an exceptional experience, right? If a customer has to call you and then text texts you information and then for you to respond back to them that you need more information. It's kind of like this ping pong game where at the end of the day, if you're charging top dollar, that doesn't really give someone the idea that you're worth paying more. Now, last, chances are you probably stop what you're doing and you type it into your phone, right? So you start typing away the first name. Okay, what's your last name? Spell that for me. What's your email? And what that does is, again, it stops what you're doing in your busy life. Sometimes you might even be driving doing this, it causing a dangerous scenario. So there's a couple different things here that you're doing that we're going to automate with DripJobs. So the first thing is that we have this booking form here. This form is an absolute game changer because what it's going to do, it's going to allow you to send this link to your customer from the mobile app or from the desktop, wherever you are, and have them fill it out. Now, the way we phrase this is, Mr. or Mrs. Customer, I'm going to go ahead and send you a link. If you could just fill that out for us, we'll have all the information we need to book an appointment. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and fill this out. We are going to add Tanner into here. So this is our customer. Let's just say this customer's filling this out. Okay, and we are going to put in the address right here, and I would like painting, please. We're going to add the address, or how did we hear about us? We're going to say the website, and then what day works best for you. This one here, this one here. We got morning, we have the budget. Let's say we add in a budget, and then when would I like it completed? Within 1 to 2 months. So the cool thing about our booking form is that everything is customizable. So all these questions that you're seeing here are entirely up to you. You can edit them at any time. So as a customer filling this out, I'm going to hit the submit button. And what this is going to do is trigger 7 automations at the click of a button. If there's anything you get from DripJobs, it is going to have to be this form because it is an absolute game changer. As you can see, we have a form redirect set up right here. So you can easily see that once we fill out that form, the customer gets brought to wherever we want. And in this case, we decided to take them right to our website. So let's refresh our sales pipeline so I can show you the 7 automations that take place in DripJobs. So first things first, I want you to remember how this happened. The customer called us, we sent them the link, they filled out the form. Not only can you send the link from the mobile app, you can actually send it from the desktop using the send request button. You can send it through text and email. Now, I do want to make it a caveat. If you like answering the phone, you can fill out the form on behalf of your customer and know that the information is being neatly organized and secured, and it's triggering all of the automations. So let's go through the 7 automations that happen with DripJobs. Number 1, what you're looking at right now is a deal in the estimate requested stage. So that is the first automation that occurs. A deal gets created for this customer. The second automation that occurs is that a contact gets created in your CRM. The third automation that occurs is that we now have an appointment request sitting inside of our appointment request queue. You can see that down here. We have a new request that is waiting to be booked. The fourth automation that occurs is that a text message now goes out to our customer, letting them know that we received the request. The fifth automation that occurs is that now the customer receives an email letting them know that we received the request. And let me just show you guys exactly where those pieces of communication live. So we're actually going into the Drip command center here. These are all the Drip messages that are going to fire out, and you can see the name of these Drip messages are the name of the stages of the Drip messages are aligned with the sales pipeline stages that you see. So I'm going to go ahead and show you here in the estimate request stage, we have an immediate confirmation going out to our customer. And in this case, they receive a text message and they receive an email. Now, the beautiful thing about DripJobs is that you can edit these drips, you can create more and customize them all in one shot. So first thing you need to know is that at any point in time, you can add a new drip message. The drip message is based on the timing of when the card was created. And that leads me to the sixth automation that occurred, is that the card was organized for you. Now, don't take this lightly. The fact that the card was organized for you is something to be admired, because that is part of the built-in automations with DripJobs that really just make things so much easier for you. So you don't have to worry about where these cards are in the pipeline. And of course, the seventh automation is that you get notified when you get a new appointment request. So with that said, we're going to go in and we're going to book this appointment. And I'm going to show you the power of automation and why you should try DripJobs, because this is where it gets crazy, because there's a lot of customers that you're going to deal with in your business journey. Sometimes you're dealing with hundreds of people over the span of just a few months, and we start to lose track. And the cool thing about our software is that it's automated, right? So check this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and book this appointment. Now we have a new appointment request here. We have Tanner Mullen right here. I'm going to go ahead and click this button. And what this is going to do, it's going to showcase to us all of the beautiful information that we now have from this customer. Here we have the details. We have the phone number, the appointment address. We have the lead source, the preferred date, another date, time of day, the budget for the project, and when we would like it completed. I have all of the information that I need to book an estimate with this customer. Now, I do want to bring your attention to maybe an area in your business that could use some help. The first area is maybe you have a website that has a simple contact form. That contact form, really, when someone fills it out, maybe it's a Friday night or maybe it's a Saturday evening, and they fill it out and they don't hear a word from you until Monday or Tuesday, when you have the ability to go through your email and call them back. What DripJobs does, it allows you to capitalize on the momentum of the sale. So really what that means is, as soon as this customer fills out our booking form, they get instant gratification. They get the text message, they get the email. We're organized. We know exactly what they want, why they want it, when they want it done, and when they want us to come out for the appointment. So why do we need to call them back? Why do we need to slow down the momentum of the sale to ask a question? Now, I get it. There's some of us that want to do some pre-qualifying. My suggestion, put more questions on your booking form. For me, I like to create a powerful experience. I believe a powerful experience is what takes you to the next level. It gives people the feeling that you're worth paying more, and that's what we're going to do. We are going to make ourselves look so different from the competitors that our pricing doesn't even matter, and that's what DripJobs can do for you. So we're not going to call the customer back. We're going to go ahead and book the customer in for an appointment using the preferred date that they gave us. So we're going to go here to 2/7. And we are going to choose a time in the morning. I'm going to pick 9 o'clock. And in this case, I'm going to keep the salesperson as Tanner. But if you're a business that has salespeople, guess what you can do? You can actually adjust this to assign it to a salesperson in your organization. And don't forget, we do integrate with Google Calendar. So you can simply just allow Google Calendar to connect, and that appointment will go on your salesperson's Google Calendar. So a couple more automations just took place, and I want to showcase to you what those are. First thing, we now have an appointment on our appointment schedule. You can see it right here. I'm going to go and click this. You can see here we have, that's another appointment from a different time, but look here, we have the one that we booked. I would like painting, please. We have the phone number, address, and again, all of this is going to be accessible on the mobile app. So as you're navigating throughout your day, you can easily just grab the appointment. Okay, so this is super cool. It actually integrates with Google Maps, so you can easily navigate right to where you want to go. Another automation that took place is our customer was then notified of the date and the time. And I get a question all the time, Tanner, how do they know what time I picked? Don't worry, we have you covered. DripJobs is a communication powerhouse. The customer then receives notifications letting them know the date, time, and location of the appointment based on what you picked. This gives you complete authority over your schedule. Such a beautiful thing. Another automation took place, and I want to direct your attention to our sales pipeline. You're not going to find another app that does what you just saw here. This is automation at its finest. This is why DripJobs is DripJobs, okay? Because we're automating things. We're going in to the estimate scheduled stage, and check this out. Our customer Tanner's card now moves to that stage automatically. And because it did that, it triggered our next drip sequence. And I want to get into drips now because this is where it gets fun. Now, for me, I like to do selling before I get a knock on the door, right? I like to do selling. I want the customer to know who we are. I want the customer to know what our intentions are. I want them to trust us before we even present them with our walkthrough when it comes time to do the estimate. And that you can do with DripJobs. So I'm going to to go to the estimate scheduled communication now, and we're going to open this up. And what you're going to notice is we have a confirmation follow-up going out, which includes the appointment date, time, and location here. And you can see here we have an email going out as well. So check this out. What if we want to do something really, really cool and send out a follow-up with a story about our company? How easy is it to do in DripJobs? Watch this. So we might want to wait 2 hours from the time that we send that confirmation. A quick story is what we're going to name it, and we're going to put the email subject as a quick story. And in this case, I'm going to write a little story for our customer. I'm going to say hi. I'm going to go ahead and put in first name here. Let's see if I can find it. We have the first name keyword. Boom. Hi, first name. Before we begin our painting journey, I'd like to tell you how it all began. Right? And then you can tell them a story and you can build value, which I believe is the catalyst for growth, catalyst for being able to price your jobs for more than the competitor. So here is your opportunity to build out your customer story and your company's story, and showcase your brand and your mission in these automatic follow-ups. So that is the power of DripJobs, and we can just go ahead and save that there. So as long as that customer is still in that stage, they will receive that communication automatically. So we've now got our customer booked into our system. They're ready for their estimate. Let's say that we have gotten to their house and we are ready to build the proposal. When I first started DripJobs, obviously I wanted to complete the sales cycle, and there's no way to do that unless we have proposals built into the system. So check this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up. I'm going to go in to the proposal builder now. So what I'm clicking is the deal command center. The deal command center allows you to kind of get a bird's eye view of everything that's happened so far. We have our notes, notifications, invoices, payments, proposals, and jobs. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a proposal, but DripJobs has built-in templates which make it easy to do the same job over and over and over again and make minor changes. So in this case, I'm going to use the interior painting proposal that lets me identify and lets me build and create a proposal very, very easily. So we are now in the proposal builder. I have everything at my disposal that I need to deliver this customer a price. Before I show you the proposal builder, I do need to bring you back to that sales pipeline, because I don't want one automation to be taken for granted. And that is, we have our customer in the in draft stage. Now, it might look simple because it's just one customer in this pipeline. But let me tell you, when you start cranking with DripJobs, it's going to be 20, 30, 40 customers, maybe hundreds of customers moving throughout this pipeline at any given moment. And at just a glance, you can see exactly where they are in the pipeline. You know, I know that there's a lot of companies out there that rely on admins and other team members to take these actions that are automated in their system. And that's one less thing you have to delegate. You don't have to say, hey, can you make sure that the pipeline's organized? You don't have to worry about it with DripJobs. It's automated. It's beautiful. It's worth it. So try it out now. So here we go. We have Tanner in the in draft stage. I am about to open up this proposal here. And what I love about the DripJobs interface is that it's just so easy to access the information that I need to access. So you're looking at a couple things here. I built this proposal off of a template. So by default, it already has some line items in here for me. So that's pretty neat. And then we also have an optional item, which is one of our coolest features where a customer can accept an optional item. So in this case, I'm just going to make some minor changes here, and then we're going to send the proposal to the customer. So the first thing is we can collect a deposit with DripJobs. DripJobs has a payment system built in. That's right. It makes it easy for you to collect online payments through our partner integration, Stripe. From here, you can dictate how much you want, whether it's going to be a fixed amount or a percentage, right? We have the percent here. Okay, if we want to adjust this to 25% of the job, we can hit save. In DripJobs, we give you full authority to adjust the fee that you collect when online payments are made, and you can do that in settings. So here we have our proposal almost ready to go. If we want to add photo attachments or use one of our favorite integrations with Company Cam, you certainly can do that. We can add notes for the project or for the crew. We can actually add a YouTube video to be shown to our customer during their proposal viewing. So from here, what we're going to do is view the proposal, what we've built here using this template. I'm going to leave it as it is, and I'm going to hit view portal. Now, for those of you that sell your job on the spot, maybe you work up the price in the car and you go in and you try to seal that deal. I love it. We built DripJobs with that in mind. All you have to do is hit the view portal button and it's ready to go. And you can see here, this is our proposal. We have our logo at the top. On the left-hand side, we have some menu items for our customer to be able to view and act on. And then we're going to get into the proposal. So here you can see we have our interior ceiling, we have our walls, we have our trim, and of course, last but not least, we have our optional item. I'm going to go ahead and click add of that optional item. And what's going to happen is the proposal is going to update automatically. The customer can simply just add anything that you deem optional to the proposal at the click of a button. What an amazing opportunity to upsell on our jobs. You can see here that the add-ons showcase with the deposit adjusting to whatever the balance is. So if you have a percentage deposit and you have a bunch of optional items, you don't need to call the customer back and get a payment. DripJobs automatically calculates that to make it easy for you. Next, we have a payment schedule here. You can see that our payment schedule showcases what we're expecting in terms of payments. Again, you can put this in a template and leave it. You never have to adjust this again. We have our notes, terms and conditions, which can be fully optimized. And last but not least, we have the ability for the customer to sign and accept the proposal. But let's go back. I'm going to send this proposal because this is one of the most powerful automations in DripJobs. We're going to go ahead and send the proposal, and I'm going to show you what happens next. So one reason why I created DripJobs was because I was tired of chasing my customers. I had built rapport. I had created, value. And ultimately, when we gave them the price, we never heard from them again. And I had to really understand that, everyone has a different reason why they're not buying. We can't just assume that people think our price is too high. So I made it a point. I'd follow up, and come to find out, I would sell jobs by following up. It would be, yeah, it's been on the back burner, but we need to get it done. Or be like, oh, it's just a little too high. Is there anything you could do on the price, right? So these were customers that were on the fence. They wanted to work with us. And I thought, man, I need to automate this because I just don't have the time or the manpower to handle these follow-ups. And guess what DripJobs is going to do for us, right? So check it out. Look where our customer is in the proposal sent stage. Automatically, the system recognizes that we sent the customer a proposal. It moves the card automatically to the proposal sent stage. And just like that, what else? Oh yeah, follow-ups. That's right. Let's go to DripJobs, Drips here, and we are going to see the follow-ups that automatically go out to our customer in the proposal sent stage. And you could see when you sign up for DripJobs, we have a set of 14 drip messages that are going to go out for you all the way up for a month's time. So this is powerful automation at its finest, a mix of text and emails. Let's just look what one looks like here. I'm going to open up the 4-day text message that goes out. The 2-day text message. It says, hey, first name. Remember, anytime you see these little brackets, it just puts in the customer's unique information, which makes the follow-ups personal, makes it sound real. It says, hey, Tanner, it's Joe with Sam's Painting. Any questions come up regarding the quote we sent over, just checking in. Now, here's the cool part. You might be looking at this thinking, man, do I need to set all this stuff up? You might be thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to write all these follow-ups? I don't know what to say. I'm not too tech savvy. You don't need to do anything. They're already done for you. That is the beauty of the software. That's why you should sign up. And just so you know, if you go to dripjobs.com, you get to try it out for free. So, if you love it, and you just stop the video and go sign up. All right, so let's get into, we're going to get back to the sales pipeline here. So this is, again, something so powerful. So we're taking our customer through the journey. This is a customer that at one point called us for an estimate. We sent them the booking link. We booked the appointment. We went to the appointment. We created the proposal. We sent the proposal. Now let's get to the point where the customer accepts our proposal, okay? So what's going to happen here when the customer accepts the proposal is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sign this proposal, okay? So check this out. Uh-oh, I'm stopped with the next step. So as a customer accepting this proposal, I'm given 3 different options. I can pay with a card. So I'm going to go ahead and click that and show you what our card processing looks like. Very beautiful interface here. Makes a customer feel valued, important, and can trust our business because it's professional. So you can see here they can securely put in their card information for whatever the deposit amount is. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the back button. Next, we have ACH payments. So if you don't know what ACH is, it's bank transfers, which makes it easy for you to transfer money from your bank account. So you can simply click pay with bank account. So for customers that want to avoid paying a fee, generally speaking, this is a great route for them. Most people don't carry checks nowadays, so they can simply log into their bank account and they can go ahead and securely sign in. Now, all of this is through Stripe, which is a very well-known payment processor, so they should be perfectly comfortable with doing that. And then we have pay with check. The pay with check option is a great option because if you do charge fees, or maybe you don't offer the bank account option because you don't want to wait for the funds, you could simply have your customer pay with check. So let's go ahead and click pay with check. I'm going to hit accept on here, and guess what happens in DripJobs? Well, first thing is, based on what you know now from watching this, is that the customer has moved through the sales pipeline, but I've failed to show you a very, very important aspect of the software. So let's first go back to the sales pipeline, and it's barren again. It's empty. There's no one there. And the reason why is because we now have a customer. We no longer have an opportunity. And because we have a customer, that customer then enters into the jobs pipeline. So you could see here we have a brand new job accepted for $8,700. And I want to show you what happens in the jobs pipeline, because you are never going to be more organized than you are right now using DripJobs, because the automations alone are going to save you countless hours, and it's going to just give you that feeling of that you're probably craving. So let's get into it. We have 4 stages of the jobs pipeline: project accepted, project scheduled, project in progress, project complete. We have 4 stages of the jobs pipeline. Now, real quick, don't tell anyone I told you this, but if you would like to add more stages, just reach out to support. If there's a stage that you really need, we can happily get that added for you. In a later version of DripJobs, we'll just let you do what you want, add as many as you can. So check it out. So now we have our customer automatically in project accepted. I've been in business for 8 years. Before using DripJobs, there were times where I would forget to schedule a customer. And do you know how valuable it is to wake up every day and just see that there's a customer in accepted that I still need to get scheduled? So let's get them scheduled. First, I'm going to go to the job schedule. And in this case, I'm going to schedule our new customer for $8,700. We're going to select a crew, which changes the color. We're going to choose a start date of the 26th through the 29th, make it an all-day event, send an email, send a text message, letting them know the date of their start date. And again, you can customize everything. It's all for you to customize. In this case, I like to tell the customer that we will tentatively be there on that date. So they're going to get a text message that says, "Hi, Tanner, we've tentatively scheduled your project on 2/26/2024. And I'm going to go ahead and hit schedule now. So in most applications, that would be it, right? You'd schedule the job. Cool, Tanner, what are you showing me here? Why is this valuable? Why should I switch from my app to DripJobs? I'm watching this. I'm wondering why I should. Let me show you. Again, another automation takes place, and now we have our customer for $8,700 in the project scheduled stage. And I have this old deal in here. I was messing around. Watch how easy it is to archive a project, get it out of there. So now we're back and focused on the project that we're working on here. Now I want you to see something else that you might be noticing. Check this out. We have our invoices here that have been built automatically. So whenever a customer hires our company, an invoice is created. And check this out. I just want to show you that because the customer requested an offline payment, that means that there's a payment request waiting to be satisfied here. And in this case, if I want, I can send that to the customer, but they did say that they were going to pay with a check. So let's assume we got the check. I'm going to mark it as paid as a check, send an email receipt, hit save. And just like that, we now have a beautifully organized, optimized invoice for our customer with a receipt sent to the customer. So check this out. I'm going to scroll down. Our balance now reflects the payment that was made. And you can see that the payment was made here. We have a check received 2/5 keeping everything so organized. We also have the ability to dictate how customers pay the balance, and we can simply just go to our invoice settings. In this case, we're going to waive the customer fee, or we can not waive the fee. So let's see what that looks like. We're going to actually take off bank payments and leave offline payments, and we're going to show you what the invoice looks like from the customer's perspective. So this is what a customer will see when they actually decide to pay their invoice. Generally, that's when the project is complete and they're satisfied and happy with everything. So as the invoice loads, we're going to be able to identify the 2 ways that we've allowed this customer to pay. So here's the invoice, which could be accessible in their customer portal, and they could see here the amount due at the bottom, and they could see any payments that they've made. So they see that there's an amount due, and if you see here, there's now a credit card processing fee added to the invoice, which is clearly indicated here for the customer to see. So this creates such a smooth payment process. I love it. It's just so smooth, so easy to use. So let's go back. All right, so we've now identified how invoices work in DripJobs. We have taken this customer all the way to the point of having their project scheduled. But you might be thinking, well, Tanner, what if I want to send out communication at this stage? Does DripJobs still work? Is Drips only for sales? Of course not. Drips is for every stage of the customer's journey. And this is what I want you to be excited about, because the customer's journey is your ticket to selling more. If you as a business can be more focused on this than everyone else, you will be more successful. So let's go here to the project scheduled stage. Now, how many of us have a process of how we do our work? I think I do, and I would like to inform my customer of that. So can't I create a drip message one day after I schedule the job that says something along the lines of what to expect? And I might say, hey, we got your project scheduled. Here's how we paint stuff. And then we put a bullet point list. We mask, we, caulk, we paint, or you could say something along the lines of, this is what you need to prepare for our landscaping job. This is what you need to prepare for our roofing job. These are the next steps. If you're a roofing contractor watching this, I just want to let you know a very popular stage is the permitting stage. So we can create a stage in DripJobs that allows you to trigger communication upon movement, which means that if you have a permit that you need to get for a customer, you can move the cart just like this and trigger communication that says, hey, your permit has been submitted or your permit has been approved. Sky is the limit. I'm just showing you bare bones stuff here. I can't wait to see what you build. So we now have 2 more stages. Now, whenever I have to start a new job for a customer, I love to let them know, like, tomorrow's the big day. You've been waiting weeks for this. We're finally here. I love to let the customer know tomorrow's the big day. And that's what DripJobs can do. So we're going to actually drag and drop this one because we want you in control of this follow-up. And we're going to go ahead and trigger the job starting automation, which lets the customer know, hey, your project starts tomorrow. And how do we see the communication that goes out? Very simple. We just go over to Drips, project in progress, and we can see that it says, great news, your project with premium painting starts tomorrow. If you have any questions, please feel free to text back or call, and it puts in the company phone number. So you might be wondering, if you've never seen DripJobs and this is your first time, where are those follow-ups going and how can I respond to them? Okay, that's a big question. So first thing is, in your settings, you have what's called a reply to email. And that really means that anyone that replies to your drip message in terms of an email, it'll go to that inbox. So if someone says thank you or can't wait, you'll get that in your email, and you can see that in your Gmail account or wherever you get your email. Text messages are a different story. We have DripJobs Chat. That's our text messaging app. You can send photos through there and you can collaborate with your customers. I'm not showing it in this demo here, but that is a part of your DripJobs account where you will be able to download that on the App Store. You will see outgoing text messages, and any text messages that you get back from your customers will be handled through DripJobs Chat. It's important for you to know that we integrate with Twilio, and that is our text messaging integration. You will need your own phone number, and we have a ton of help documents, and our support team will help you with that. At any point in time, if you need support, all you have to do is click this button down here and you will get support from us. Or you can click our AI support and our AI bot will help you as well. So pretty neat. So last but not least, we have our project complete stage, okay? I want you to know that DripJobs is equipped with list view as well. So maybe you want to see a list of all your invoices. Maybe you want to see a list of all your change orders or proposals. It's all right here for you to see in a list view to keep you organized and efficient. So last but not least, we have the project complete stage. I'm going to go ahead and move that over to project complete. And obviously, when we finish a job and a customer has paid their balance, we want that review. That's right. So we're going to go ahead and hit move. And just like that, we now have a customer receiving a link to leave us a review. Now, I do want you advanced users to know that you can use Zapier to do a lot of things in DripJobs as well. So check out our Zapier integration for different triggers based on card movement in DripJobs. Wow. We covered a lot of it today. Now, I don't want you to think that that's it. There's so much more to cover with DripJobs, but this should give you an idea if this is the software for you. My aim in this video was to really go in depth of the power of automation, what we're building, why we're building it. There's so many cool things that you can do. So if you're not quite ready to sign up just yet, do a demo with our team. It'd be great for you to come in and say, hey, I watched that video Tanner put out, and then go ahead and ask your questions that you might have felt I left out. We have integrations with QuickBooks. We have integrations with a bunch of different other things that are going to make your workflow super smooth. As I said, my plea to you is that I am a contractor. Go with a company that is built by someone that does what you do every day. I own a painting business. I have 13 wonderful employees, and I live the life of a contractor, but I also have a passion for software. I know that we are the best solution because we're innovative and we have a heart for our customers. And anyone who works with us will tell you our customer service is off the chain. Now, last but not least, my offer to you is a free training session. So let's say you sign up for DripJobs and you want someone to take you by the hand, which is a good thing, and walk you through this thing, get your settings set up, and kind of give you some tips, tricks to get the most out of the program. It's free. We don't charge for training. This is an opportunity for you to see what we're about and really get to know some of our customer success team members. With that said, thank you for watching this demo. I hope it kicks the bucket for you. I hope you dive in to what DripJobs can do. Last but not least, before I forget, DripJobs has a powerful production rate estimating system for you painting contractors out there that we'll address during the demo. So if you want to see more of that, book a demo with us. We'll walk you through the whole thing. Thanks.